now is the part about getting the meat cut into small bite size or even smaller. So my wife helped me slice it out with the really thin, and then cut it, and so I just have to scrape them out from the coconut. And if you use a thin edge or sharp edge spoon, it's easier. You just scrape it a little at a time like this with the soft one. But if it's the hard coconut meat, then you have to use the knife to help you first before you scrape it with the spoon. So, and then I put it in this container, right? So then later on I could put it back into the coconuts and other container that I'm gonna have it in. Okay, so usually I use 2 full scoop for each coconut so that it cover the top, because the coconut gonna float on top. If I have leftover, I will put it in the Ziploc bag and put it away in the refrigerator. But make sure you use it like in a week or so, because you don't want to leave it too long. It's gonna get sour. So now we have our coconut juice cooking now. It starts to simmer and boil. And then what I told you about before is I use 6 cups or double the amount of the coconut juice, so that I have double the amount of the dessert. And that now the juice is boiling, so I'm going to again stir the tapioca. See, now it's going white because it settled down on the bottom of the cup of the bowl. So you have to stir it up, make sure that it's all evenly distribute in the water, and then I just pour it like that, like that. Right. Make sure that every time you stir it up, and make sure that it's all evenly distributed this way. And make sure your spoon is kind of low so you won't splash hot boiling coconut juice on yourself. So the water continue to boil while I'm putting this in. If you're putting too fast, and if you have low fire and it doesn't have a chance to boil, then you want to stop, because you want to make sure the tapioca is cooked before it hit the bottom of the pot. So it's boiling, so the minute it hit the top part of the boiling juice, it will be cooked and it won't clump up on you. You don't want it to clump. You want it evenly dissolve into the boiling coconut juice, so that way when it cool down, it will coagulate evenly. That's the purpose here. That's what you want to do. So that's why I spoon it instead of pour it directly into the pot, because when you pour too much into the pot at one time, it doesn't have a chance to cook, and then it will clump up on you. Okay, and so here's my boiling water, and what I do is I use it to rinse all my cooking tools. That way I don't have to wash anything, and I'm not wasting anything. Even a bit of juice or sugar or something that's sticking on these thing, it will all go into the coconut juice. Okay, so it's hot boiling water. Now my spoon's clean, my measuring cup is clean, and then the bowl is also clean. And then I will pour this onto the small fine strainer, and my small fine strainer also will be also clean. All the juice that's sticking on it before now is going here. I'm gonna swirl this around. Make sure my big strainer is also clean. See, I'm cleaning everything. Right? And what I do is I'm gonna pour this whole thing back into the pot. That way everything, any juice that's sticking on my containers all get put back into the pot. And so now I have 1 cup. So usually I do 2 cups like that to make sure all my things are clean. So I'm gonna pour some more to wash my chopping knife, like that. So now my knife is also clean. I don't need to wash it. It's boiling hot water. And so I'm gonna rinse it again all around. Right? Pour some hot boiling water on here. Just clean it out real well. Right? Inside and out. By this time, the 2nd cups of hot boiling water, all the juice or whatever on these containers are surely all clean. Even the bits and fibers in here are also clean. So now I rinse all this, right? And one more time I rinse this. Okay. So you see everything is all clean. Even the fiber bits are clean because it's all rinsed with hot water. I just need to scrape those bits of fibers and throw them away. So now I have the juice with double the amount of the water. So there's like 2 cups of boiling water that I just add from rinsing my tools, cooking tools, and then 4 cups of water in there to soften the agar and melt the sugar, and 1 cup of the tapioca. So totally is like 7 cups of water. And I figure even though it's 7 cup, it's been cooking and evaporating, so I won't end up with 7 cup. I probably end up with 6.5 cup or less. And so I got like my total juice from the 4 container is about 5, almost 6 cups. So that's double the amount of juice that I got here. So I'm gonna bring it up to boil again, because I just add the hot water, but it's not hot enough to keep it boiling because my cooking tools cool things down. So now it start to simmer, and what I do is I'm going to put the agua, not melt yet, it just softened, with my you can see all the agua, right, still there. So I pour it all in like that. Okay, it's all empty now. So this thing still got a little bit of sugar, so I'm gonna put a little bit of water in here just to wash out the sugar also, so I don't have to wash this pots either. So my way of cooking is I'm trying to clean as I go and put everything away and keep everything clean so I don't have to wash anything. The lazy cooking way, but more efficient that way, I think. So now I just need to wait to make sure that all my agar all melt. If you like, you can put some vanilla extract or jasmine extract or essence, right? But my sons, my children, they don't care for the extra smell. They like the coconut smell better. So I'm not gonna put anything this time. Just sugar, agar, water, tapioca flour, a heaping tablespoon of it with the cold water, and put it in here. So now I'm gonna have to wait for the agar to totally melt. You want to stir it up because you don't want any of the agar still here, right? You want it all dissolved, so then it will make the juice coagulate later. So I'm gonna keep it at lower fire and cook it for maybe half an hour, and then come back and check on it. But every 5 minutes or so I want to stir it so nothing stick to the bottom. And as you see, you stir it softly, or when you pour stuff softly, you don't have the bubble problem. If you do it too hard, then later on you will have bubble that you have to deal with. You have to kind of take it out and throw it. But this way you don't have bubble. So you want it simmer, and make sure every 5 minutes or so you come around and you stir it up. Make sure everything dissolve in the water and it not settle to the bottom, and then it become stuck to the bottom or burn at the bottom. That's why I want it simmer. I don't like hard boiling, bubbling. That way it doesn't burn anything. Okay, so we'll come back after it all melt. Okay.